I'm Jessica Cootie with running backs coach E.J. Barthel. Well, welcome to Lincoln. How's it going? You settling in?
That's right, I am. Yeah, absolutely. Just enjoying all the fans and the tradition here. It's been, and the support. It's been great. Really exciting. Yeah.
Can you take us through the process of when Coach Roll gives you the call and has the opening, and why you felt like you wanted to join his staff here in Lincoln?
Well, fortunately, I've had a chance to kind of work under Coach Roll before, and I'm pretty familiar with his culture and standards. And for me, it was a no-brainer. As soon as I saw he was coming here and I got that phone call, and I just couldn't wait to be on board and to what we're about to do here. So I'm really excited for that opportunity.
What are those standards and cultures that you believe in that fit well with you and his philosophy?
Well, a lot of coaches on staff also played for him or either worked with him. We're a process-driven staff. We're going to be one step at a time and just focus on getting better every single day at whatever we're doing that day. It's a what's next mentality, and really we're not going to try to come here to win a national championship tomorrow, but we're going to try to be the best team we could possibly be every day, and by the end result, we'll be competing for championships here.
All right, well, before we get into talking about Quinten Ives' overall running backs, what do you look for when you're recruiting guys, when you're bringing them into your room? What do you want out of those guys?
Well, obviously we have a positional profile, right, where we're looking for a specific skill set or body or measurable. But we're really, the root of it, we're looking for the right mentality of a player. I think the running back needs to have a certain level of physical dominance when he runs the football. And we want to make a statement every time we touch the ball as a unit, no matter which guy's in the game. We should be rolling through whoever's up. It's a next man up mentality, and the guy that has the ball in his hand, we want to make sure we're running with violence in a good way, and making sure we're finishing. And having elite effort every single rep is going to be the standard you're going to get out of this unit.
I read somewhere too where you talked about the running back's the ultimate team player, and you got to be able to do a lot of different things. How important is that to have guys that are willing and able to do a bunch of different things as well?
Well, and it's just with our time in Carolina too, and just for the younger players in our room that have NFL aspirations, I think it starts with being special teams contributor. That's important. I think every running back in the room is a special teams member first, and ultimately we need to have success with the ball. When the ball is not in our hand. That's in pass protection, that's in run blocking, that's in catching the ball out of the backfield. So, ultimately, even when the ball is not in our hand, we need to make sure we're putting elite effort out on the field.
How excited are you to attack a challenge of running the football in the Big Ten?
Well, I tell you what, this is the original RBU, and for me as a running back coach, there couldn't be a better job out there for me. To come here and a tradition that's been built upon running the football. I'm just excited for that opportunity to be here and to be the representative of that room, and I cannot wait to get our guys and work with our guys and get with them in spring and start working.
All right, well, let's talk about the guy you're bringing in today, Quinten Ives, 6'4", yes, I said that, 190, out of Palmyra,
yeah,
New Jersey?
Palmyra, New Jersey, that's right.
And his stats are just jaw-dropping. He had 1,438 yards in 2021. This year, 1,617 yards, 26 touchdowns, 3 receiving touchdowns. It's unbelievable, his stats.
That's right.
What did you see out of him when you started recruiting him?
Well, ultimately, he's a really good athlete, period. You know what I mean? I think he's good. Actually, in basketball right now, he's getting ready to try to score 1,000 points in basketball, which is really impressive. And he's not a big-time school prospect as far as the level of play in New Jersey, kind of under the radar prospect, but being at Temple, we have a really good relationship with the whole community in New Jersey, in Philadelphia, and the whole region of the country. So he's really a guy that we have a great relationship with. The high school coach who reached out to me about a year and a half ago and told me, keep your eye on this guy, and that's exactly what I did. I went to the school, got eyes on him, and then just followed him out throughout the career. Had a chance to work with him in camp, and he has all the measurables, and I mean he's an exciting, versatile kid that really can be special with the football in his hand. And we just can't wait to get our hands on him and get him here and get him going.
You think people thought he was a basketball player?
The kid can do anything he wants, to be honest. He's that athletic, and I just can't, I can't really stress how important that is for us to find guys that have elite athleticism and have that versatility to do multiple things. And he's one of those guys, for sure.
You talked about him on the basketball court. Last year, over nearly 17 points, 8 rebounds. As a sophomore, 15 points, 9 rebounds.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
he legitimately probably could play college basketball,
He
too.
probably could. To be honest, I'm sure he's getting recruited by other schools, but I'm glad he's playing football.
Describe him as a running back. What's he like out there?
Well, he's got really good vision, and he's got the ability to separate from the defense. He can put his foot in the ground and get vertical at any moment, and outrun defenders, which is a key trait for the position. So anyone that can do that is going to have a chance with our offense. And the fact that he has natural size and natural physique that we could build upon, sky's the limit for that kid.
And you've gotten to know him, and he has said how much you mean to him, too, in that relationship, too. So what's he like off the football field?
Just a very humble, appreciative person. The kid, wasn't highly recruited and didn't really give a lot of schools that threw opportunities at him. So he's very grateful for an opportunity. And it's very evident when you talk to him how humble he is and how excited he is to show and prove who he is. So that character is somewhere was rooted the right way with his family. And that's also a part of the recruiting process. We want to make sure that when we get in the homes that we're working with the right type of people. The kids that have of experience of humility, I should say. And so a kid like that, again, just really happy, and he's ours.
All right, well, the #1 recruit out of the state of Nebraska, Malachi Coleman. I'm sure you heard a lot about him once you got here, but what did you see out of him on film?
Just a really dominant athlete. The kid is really impressive. When he walks in the room, you can tell just by his physique that he's better than most. And then when you watch him on film, the powerful and speed combination that he has is really impressive for a young guy that age. And at the receiver position, the kid is legitimately big enough to play defense. He is a really impressive human. So, and he's only he's 17, 18 years old. So, sky's the limit for that guy.
How much could he potentially come in and make an immediate impact?
I think just based upon his natural ability, right away. I think that he can physically do it. It's just a matter of the emotional part of it and the mental part of it. If he can handle that as a young player, but we love guys that can do multiple things and guys that can compete at a high level. And he's the guy that sure is going to come in here and do that for sure.
And I've asked almost every coach, but every coach has had a kid from Nebraska. How important is that to this staff? How much of a priority has that been for you guys?
I think that's where it starts at. I think you always want to make sure that you are in your backyard first. Right? Those are the kids that you got to give opportunities to and make sure you find the in-state talent. Because what's more important than that, as far as the pride of the school, right? The fan base here. This is what it's about, right? Nebraska football. So if we can get an in-state kid that wants to be here, and that's a win-win situation for the fans, for us, and for the community. So absolutely. You
mentioned the staff, and you guys want athletes and guys that can do a lot of different things. There's multiple track athletes. Why is that important to have? That you guys see that in other sports that they play and having that versatility?
Well, that's another thing that that we'll bring from the NFL here is the ability to have position flexibility is key. You know what I mean? And obviously, you may be playing quarterback in high school, and you may be a running back in college, or you may be a safety that grows into a linebacker. The key is finding guys that have really good athleticism that can do multiple things and that can be effective special teams contributors. So it's not about just finding guys that are good at that position. So the more they do on the field and the more they do in other sports as far as competition goes, that's really what you're looking for.
And development, that's a big key. We've heard from Coach Roll. How important is that to you too, is developing players too? I
think it's everything. I think especially when you're dealing with high school guys, right? And now with the whole portal way of recruiting now. Anytime you have a chance to get a kid that's young and you have a chance to have an emotional connection and development process, physical and emotional, I think that's what you're looking for, because you want that kid to be molded into your standard of how you guys do things, right? And it's really key that a kid understands you as a coach as well, because the communication barrier is really important when you're developing a young player.
All right, time to breathe and relax a little bit over the holidays.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Always recruiting, but yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, well, happy holidays. Appreciate your time, and we're excited to have you here in Lincoln.
Thank you.